Good morning, Grade 9, Grade 9 Samaria, Shiloh, and Sinai. The sandwich is a favorite and convenient food for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack time. It is quickly made and served and adaptable to so many variations that it satisfies nearly every taste and nutrition requirement. Preparing hot and cold sandwiches to order is one of the fundamental skills required in a modern food and beverage department. So, ang sandwiches ay inihahanda sa pantry department na kung saan ang in charge doon ay ang short order cook or pantry cook. Kasama nito yung mga salads and other cold preparations. We have several expected learning competencies for this chapter. 1. Identify the different types of sandwiches. 2. Identify suitable spreads and fillings. 3. Demonstrate the methods of preparing sandwiches. 4. Present sandwiches attractively. And 5. Practice hygienic practices when preparing sandwiches. A sandwich is an item of food consisting of two pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other fillings between them eaten as a light meal. Many different styles and types of sandwiches have been developed over the years. They may be served open and cut into different shapes. Sandwiches may be wrapped in paper napkins or placed in bags. They may be served immediately on a fancy plate. Sandwiches that you plan to serve later should be placed in a covered tray lined with a damp towel. Keep them there until serving time to avoid drying. Sandwiches contain ingredients from all of the food groups and provide a variety of nutrients. So dahil kino-consider ito na isang meal, pwedeng maging lunch or dinner, mayroon itong carbohydrates, yung pinaka-bread, and then yung fillings, nandun naman yung protein. Di ba? Nilalagyan natin ng chicken, ng pork, ng beef, ng egg, and then marami itong fibers. Ang source ng fibers ng sandwiches ay nanggagaling doon sa inilalagay natin na vegetables, katulad ng tomatoes, cucumber, lettuce, and onions. And there are times na nilalagyan pa rin natin yan ng red and green bell peppers. For the tools and equipment needed for sandwich preparations, we have the following: storage equipment, hand tools, portion control equipment, and cooking equipment. For the storage equipment, we can include refrigerator. It is used to store cold ingredients, and a steam table for hot ingredients. Hand tools are used for spreading. It includes spatulas, cutting board, and knives. Knives such as a serrated knife and a sharp chef's knife to cut finished sandwiches. Portion control equipment includes scoops for fillings and a portion scale for other ingredients. Cooking equipment, on the other hand, includes griddles, grills, broilers, and deep fat fryers. Microwave ovens are also good for cooking. Portion control is necessary to proportionate the weight, scoop, and slice of food items like ham and roasted beef. Other ingredients can be controlled by slicing the meat thinly and correctly. So, yung mga sandwich fillings, yung mga katulad ng tuna salad or egg salad or chicken salad, pag ginagawa natin itong filling or palaman, pwede tayong gumamit ng measuring cup or ice cream scoop to be sure na pare-pareho ang amount or serving portion na nilalagay natin sa bawat sandwiches. So, yung sliced items naman are portioned by count and by weight. If portioning is by count, take care to slice the ingredient to its proper thickness. If it is done by weight, each portion can be placed on squares of waxed paper or stacked in a container. We have at least 5 different types of sandwiches. We have open-faced sandwiches, closed, cooked, toasted, and grilled sandwiches. Moving on to varieties of sandwiches, we have plain, pinwheel, closed T, ribbon, mosaic or checkered board sandwich. We also have sandwich loaf, double-decker or clubhouse, bacon sandwiches, hamburgers, barbecue, and ice cream sandwiches. An open sandwich is similar to a canapé. They are using one kind of bread and have their fillings on top. So instead na filling, nagiging topping. Kasi pag sinabi nating filling, ito ay nakalagay in between two pieces of bread. The bread slices can be cut into squares, triangles, or rounds. Sometimes, butter is spread lightly on top together with the cheese or meat fillings. They may be garnished with slices of carrots, raisins, pickles, and the like to make them more attractive. Fillings in this type of sandwich, closed sandwich, are presented between two or more slices of bread. Trimmings and cuttings are important aspects in preparing this type of sandwich. So when we say cooked sandwiches, ito naman yung sandwich na after preparation, before presentation, ito ay niluluto. Pwedeng grilled or toasted. Toasted sandwiches refers to bread toast in 2 or 3 decors which are laid up with its required fillings after the butter is spread on top or between the slices of bread and warmed on a hot plate. They are cut and shaped in even sizes and served either open or closed with correct accompaniment. So, pwedeng french fries o kaya ay potato chips at pwede rin siyang iserve na may tomato ketchup on the side. For, for grilled sandwiches, ito naman yung niluto natin inside an oven or on a hot plate or griller until brown without burning. So grilled sandwiches can be made out of bread of 2 or 3 decors. It can be served either closed or open. They are laid up on top or between the slices with butter spread and served with french fries, wafer, chips, and tomato ketchup. Pwede rin natin tong iserve na may side dish na salad. A plain sandwich can be prepared by using 2 slices of bread. So, lalagyan lang natin yan ng filling. Pwede siyang iserve na cold sandwich or pwede ring hot. Pwede mong i-toasted before serving. And then, meron tayong choice kung tatanggalin natin yung crust or i-retain just before serving. So, it is important for plain sandwiches to use spread. So, yung spread can be a butter or a mayonnaise. It is used as lining to prevent the bread from absorbing moisture from the filling. Aside from preventing the bread from becoming soggy, the spread also adds flavor and nutrients. It ensures that the bread and the filling will stick together. When preparing pinwheel sandwiches, fresh bread is preferable because it is easy to roll and it will not crack. So ito ay gawa sa flat bread like tortillas or lavash bread cut lengthwise. So pag ito ay nai-prepare, ito ay kailangang ilagay muna natin sa chiller for several hours para maging firm. When they are ready to serve, we have to unwrap the rolled sandwiches and cut into 1/2 inch slices. It is important to use a sharp knife or bread knife so the cuts are clear and neat. And then, arrange and serve them on a platter and garnished may be used if needed. Closed sandwiches, on the other hand, may be made ahead of time and frozen. It should be removed from the freezer at least 3 hours before they are to be served. Colored breads are suitable for this type of sandwich. A ribbon sandwich is basically multi-tiered sandwiches consisting of bread, spread, meat, cheese, and another layer of bread, meat, cheese, and a third piece of bread. So alternate 3 slices of bread with one or more fillings spread between slices. They are being pressed together and then trim the crust, wrap and chill for several hours. And then when it is ready to serve, it can be cut into 1/2 inch slices. A mosaic or checkerboard sandwich uses 2 sandwiches. First, you remove the crust, then you cut them into similarly sized squares and arrange them to look like a checkerboard. This type of sandwich looks best when you use 2 different colors of bread. When preparing a sandwich loaf, the filling is presented between 2 or 3 rectangular slices, decorated as a sandwich cake, sliced and served. When preparing a sandwich cake, the loaf bread is cut into a circle with fillings presented between round slices to make it look like a cake. A double-decker sandwich or a clubhouse sandwich uses 3 slices of toasted bread which are interlaid with pieces of chicken or turkey and bacon or ham. They also contain ingredients like lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise which provide some extra character to the sandwich. The whole structure is balanced, trimmed, and held together with a cocktail stick. So yung clubhouse sandwich, it has several layers. So bread, and then lalagyan natin ng chicken salad. So yung chicken salad, yun yung filling ng chicken sandwich. And then bread, lalagyan mo ng ham, bread ulit, and then lalagyan mo naman ng bacon, and then i-add na natin yung mga fibers like tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumber. So bago ito i-cut, lalagyan natin yan ng cocktail stick to make sure that they will be held together. So pag sineserve natin ang clubhouse sandwich, pwede mo siyang lagyan ng side dish. Pwedeng may french fries, pwedeng may potato chips, pwede rin namang salad of your choice. Ang bacon sandwich ay tinatawag ding bacon butty or bacon sarnie. Ang butty at sarnie ay synonyms ng salitang sandwich. So sa pag-prepare ng bacon sandwich, ito ay pinapalamanan ng bacon, crispy and toasted bacon. At ang madalas na ginagamit nating spread ay either butter or margarine. So aside from bacon, pwede natin itong lagyan ng cheese and then eggs. Ang eggs can be presented as fried, scrambled, sunny side up, or over easy. When it comes to hot sandwiches, dalawa ang pinaka-popular. We have the hot dog sandwich and the hamburgers. So sa paggawa ng hamburgers, ang ginagamit natin ay beef patties. Ito ay flavorful and it provides a juicy flavor to the sandwich. So aside from beef patties, nilalagyan natin ito ng fibers katulad ng vegetables like cucumber, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sometimes pickles. And then pag sinaserve natin ang burgers, nilalagyan natin ito ng side dish like french fries, potato chips, and a salad of your choice. Preferably a vegetable salad kung ito ay kinoconsider natin na isang meal to make it complete. A barbecue sandwich are being made from barbecued meats. So yung barbecue will be placed in between breads. Pwede rin naman na pulled pork. So yung pork ay niluto using the barbecue process and then isi-shred bago natin ilalagay sa loob ng sandwich. Like any other sandwich, we can use different side dishes when presenting a barbecue sandwich. We can serve this with a chips, a serving of French fries, or better, with a coleslaw to make it a complete meal. Meron tayong source ng fibers. Ito nga yung coleslaw na ang basic ingredients ay cabbage, it has some carrots, it has some onions, sometimes bell peppers. An ice cream sandwich is the sandwich that originated from the United States. It is a sweet, frozen food items prepared by putting a layer of vanilla ice cream between two biscuits, cookies, or slices of chocolate cake. So to sum so to summarize, there are generally only two types of sandwiches. We have the hot sandwiches and the cold sandwiches. For hot sandwiches, we have yung mga simple hot sandwiches. Ang best example nga nito, katulad ng binanggit ko kanina, ay hamburgers and hot dogs. So, simple hot sandwiches, yung kanyang filling or palaman ay mainit. But aside from that, pwede rin natin siyang lagyan ng hindi mainit na filling. Ito yung ating source ng fibers. Yung tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, and onions. Pag sinabi naman nating open-faced hot sandwiches, ang best example nito ay pizza. So alam nyo ba na ang pizza ay sandwich ang category? Pero open-faced. Kasi isa lang yung bread, lalagyan natin ng pizza sauce, and then hindi siya fillings kung hindi toppings. So yung nilalagay natin on top of it is depende sa flavor. Diba? Nilalagyan natin minsan ng ham, ng salami, may pineapple, may onions, may bell pepper, depende nga sa flavor ng pizza. Another example of hot sandwich are those which are grilled or toasted. They are simple sandwiches which are buttered on the outside and then browned, pwedeng sa griddle o kaya naman inside a hot oven. Sandwiches containing cheese are popular for grilling and toasting. Actually, meron din tayong tinatawag na deep fried sandwiches. Ito ay ginagawa by dipping sandwiches in beaten eggs and sometimes in breadcrumbs and then deep fat frying. This type of sandwich is often cooked on a griddle or in a hot oven instead as deep frying because it makes the sandwich greasy. Ang best example ng deep fat fry sandwich is Monte Cristo. So moving on, we have cold sandwiches. Simple cold sandwiches are those made with two slices of bread or two halves of a roll and spread and a filling. They are called simple because they are made with just two slices of bread, not because they are necessarily simple in construction. Ito yung pinakamadali nyong ginagawa. Kukuha lang kayo ng bread, lalagyan nyo lang ng palaman, kakainin nyo na. So, pwedeng lagyan nyo ng spread, pwedeng mayonnaise, pwedeng butter, pwedeng margarine, and sometimes wala na ngang spread pag nagmamadali kayo sa umaga. Minsan yung pandesal nyo. Dahil medyo mainit na yon pag lumamig at nagugutom kayo, lagyan nyo lang ng palaman. Simple cold sandwich na yon. Another example under cold sandwiches are those what we call multi-decker sandwiches. They are made with more than two slices of bread with several ingredients in the filling. So, sabi ko nga, ang example ng multi-decker ay club sandwich. This is very popular. It is made of three slices of toast and filled with slices of chicken or turkey breast And then mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, and bacon. It is cut into 4 triangles and best served with potato chips, French fries, and salad. We also have open-faced sandwiches under cold sandwich. So, ang best example naman nito ay ang canapé. So, isang bread, cookie, or biscuits na may topping pero small lang ang serving portion. Another example of cold sandwiches are tea sandwiches. They are small, fancy sandwiches generally made from a light, delicate ingredients and bread that has trimmed off crust. They are often cut into fancy shapes. Fillings and spreads can be the same as those for canapes. And then last, under the cold sandwiches, we have the wrapped. Wraps are sandwiches in which fillings are wrapped katulad ng Mexican burritos. Gumagamit tayo ng tortillas or similar flat bread. And they may be served whole or cut in half if it is large in size. There are 3 components of a sandwich. We have the bread, spread, and fillings. Let us talk about them one by one. One of the functions of the bread in a sandwich is to provide an edible casing for the food inside. Good quality breads provide variety, texture, flavor, and eye appeal to sandwiches as well as providing bulk and nutrients. Fresh bread is essential for top quality sandwiches. Stale or dry bread is not desirable. Pullman or sandwich loaves of white bread are most frequently used. They are long, rectangular loaves that provide square slices of specified thickness. So, yung loaf bread, merong thin slices at merong thick slices. Commercial sandwich bread should be of finer rather than coarse texture and firm enough to spread well. Supermarket white bread is unsuitable because it is too soft for spreading and for holding most fillings, and it becomes pastry in the mouth. Because of its neutral flavor, white bread is suitable for the largest variety of fillings. So, aside from Pullman or sandwich loaves, pwede rin tayong gumamit ng buns or rolls. Meron tayong tinatawag na hard or soft rolls. We have hamburger and hotdog rolls. Meron din tayong tinatawag na long rolls na ginagamit para sa mga submarine sandwiches. Other kinds of breads add variety and interest, provided that they harmonize with the filling. The following are some of the possibilities. We have French bread, whole wheat bread, rye bread, pita or unleavened bread, raisin bread, fruit and nut bread, cinnamon breads. So let us remember that fresh bread is essential for top quality sandwiches. Stale or dry bread is not desirable for sandwiches. So the following measures can be taken to ensure freshness. 1. Daily delivery or as frequent as possible, depending on your location. Bread stales rapidly, and day-old bread has lost much of its freshness. 2. Keep bread tightly wrapped in moisture-proof wrapping until it is used. This prevents drying and guards against absorption of odors. Number 3, French bread and other hard-crusted breads should not be wrapped, or the crust will soften. These breads stale rapidly and should be used the day they are baked. Number 4, store at room temperature, away from ovens or hot equipment. Do not refrigerate because refrigerated breads become stale faster. Number 5. If bread must be kept more than 1 day, it may be frozen. Thaw frozen bread without unwrapping. And number 6, day-old bread may be used for toasting without loss of quality. There are 3 reasons of using spreads in making sandwiches. 1, it protects the bread from soaking up moisture from the filling. 2, it adds flavor. And 3, it adds moisture or mouthfeel. So we have butter and mayonnaise. The butter should be soft enough to spread easily without tearing the bread. It may be softened by whipping it in a mixer or by simply letting it stand at room temperature for half an hour. Whipping gives the butter greater volume and this cuts food cost. However, whipped butter does not keep as well because the incorporated air speeds the development of rancidity. Yung ibang gumagawa ng sandwiches, nilalagyan nila ng small amount of water or milk yung butter. Una, para maging mas spreadable ito at magmumukhang dumami, nag-increase yung volume. Pero, hindi naman ito nakakadagdag sa quality ng sandwich. Sa katunayan, nagdi-decrease pa yung quality ng sandwich kapag ang butter na gagamitin nating spread ay nilagyan ng kaunting water or kaunting milk. Ginagawa lang ito ng iba para makatipid ng food cost at para nga madaling ma-spread ang butter sa bread. Sometimes, instead of using butter, a margarine is being substituted for butter because it's lower in price and sometimes it is also requested by the customers. Meron din tayong tinatawag na flavored butters and it can be used with appropriate fillings. Now, mayonnaise. Mayo is often preferred to butter as a spread because it contributes to more flavor. However, it does not protect the bread from moisture as well as the butter does. Because of danger of foodborne disease, sandwiches made with mayonnaise should be served immediately or refrigerated at once and kept refrigerated until serving time. Remember, there are 3 components of a sandwich: the bread, the spread, and the fillings. Fillings is the heart of the sandwich. It should be tasty and well seasoned. Actually, kahit anong food pwede nating ilagay in between 2 slices of bread. Yung parents nga natin, kung minsan, for economic reasons, yung leftover natin na ulam, pinapalaman nila sa tinapay. So, ang mga fillings ay pwedeng gamitin separately or in combination. Examples of fillings are the following. We have fish and seafoods, meats, salad items, cheese, and eggs. For fish and seafoods, we have tuna, sardines, smoked salmon, shrimp, anchovies, fried fish portions like fish fillet. Most seafood fillings for sandwiches are highly perishable and should be kept well chilled at all times. For meats, we have roast beef slices, roasted turkey, lamb roast, pork roast, ham, and poultry like chicken breast or turkey breast. For salad items, the most popular salads for sandwiches are tuna salad, egg salad, chicken and turkey salad, and ham salad. So, gagawa ka muna ng ham salad. Pag nilagay mo to sa bread, ito na yung ham sandwich. Example, egg salad muna. Pag nilagay mo to sa bread, ito na yung egg sandwich. We also have different kinds of cheese. Like meats, cheese dries out rapidly when unwrapped and sliced. So when slicing is done ahead of time, the slices should remain covered until serving time. So for cheeses, meron tayong tinatawag na cheddar cheese, Swiss types, meron tayong processed cheese, cream cheese, and cheese spreads. We also have vegetable items such as lettuce, tomatoes, and onions. They are indispensable in sandwich production. So, hindi lang yan ang ating ginagamit for salads. Depende yan sa ating creativity. So, minsan kung ano yung salad, nilalagay din natin doon sa sandwich. Gumagamit din tayo ng eggs, katulad ng hard-boiled eggs, sliced, and sometimes yung fried egg or omelette. Pinapalaman natin yan sa tinapay. We also have miscellaneous items, katulad ng peanut butter, jelly, and sometimes we are also using fruits, either fresh or dried, and sometimes nuts are also used as fillings. Sandwich preparation requires hard work kasi kailangang i-prepare muna ang lahat ng gagamitin ahead of time. So, yung mixing, yung filling, preparing ng spread, slicing ng bread, prepare natin lahat ng meats, vegetable, cheese, yung lettuce na hugasan, na separate na natin, yung mga garnishing. So, lahat ng ingredients ay i-prepare muna so that nothing is left but to assemble them. So, mas magandang mag-arrange ng sandwiches if all the ingredients are ready, where everything you need is within your reach. So, sandwiches should be attractively served, decorated with suitable ingredients for individual serving or on platters for multiple serving on plates and enhance the overall presentation. Attractive presentations make a garnish tray more appealing, so you should learn the techniques to create a balanced, colorful, and appetizing arrangement. Garnishes that complement sandwiches such as variety of olives, peppers, and pickles add color and texture to the tray where your sandwiches is being displayed or presented. There are at least 8 steps on sandwich presentation. 1. Spread lettuce leaf on a tray. Decorate the tray edges with the top, curly part of leaves with the base of the leaves pointing towards the center of the tray. This creates a decorative bed for the sandwiches and garnishes. 2. Spare the center of each sandwich with a long toothpick to keep the sandwiches together if you are serving layered sandwiches like clubhouse sandwiches or submarine sandwich slices. 3. Arrange the sandwiches by the filling with the contents exposed to make the sandwich selection easier. So, pag ilalagay natin yung sandwich, yung nakikita natin kung ano yung palaman para yung kukuha or yung diner, madali siyang makakapamili. Number 4, sandwich quarters should be arranged with the cut edge of the sandwich pointing up to the viewer. 5. Arrange finger sandwiches in a spiral or set up the sandwiches in rows on the tray with a row of garnishes between each row of sandwiches. Number 6. Separate vegetarian sandwiches from meat sandwiches. 7. Remove food toothpick before giving sandwiches to children or impaired adults to avoid accidents. 8. Plate pinwheel sandwiches in a circular design on a platter with the pinwheel facing upwards to show off the colors of the ingredients used when making them. Storing sandwiches properly is one of the most important activities after preparation to avoid spoilage. The most important principles for sandwich safety are keeping temperatures cool and avoiding cross-contamination. Storing techniques for sandwiches are the following. One is wrapping. Two is using a packaging material. Three is cold storage or the process of preserving perishable food on a large scale by means of refrigeration. Fourth is chilling because it reduces the temperature of food. Fifth is freezing, and the sixth one is refrigeration. It keeps the sandwich cold or cool. So going back to the different packaging materials used for sandwiches, we have the following. We can use an open box, open wrapped with back, unwrapped with cardboard band, wrapped with cardboard band, and by using a bag or a full box. Alright, so for our written works and performance tasks, I'll see you later inside our virtual classroom. So in closing, allow me to read a verse from the book of John, chapter 6, verse 35. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Are you learning, guys? I hope you are. Please remember that the Bible is meant to be a bread for daily use and not a cake for special occasions. This has been your teacher Malou Obispo saying thank you for listening and may God bless us all. Goodbye.